I don't know who you are, friend, but you made a serious mistake coming here. Lieutenant, I want everyone in the clearing, now! Captain!
Your men are dead, and your trap has failed. I suggest running back to your master while you can.
You're going nowhere, slave!
I am not a slave. I apologize. When I asked Anso to provide a distraction for the hunters, I had no idea they'd be so numerous.
You were responsible for this.
I'm the reason you're here, yes.
It appears we're unscathed.
Impressive.
I take it these men were looking for you.
Correct.
Don't worry, we do this sort of thing often.
Impressive. My name is Fenris. These men were Imperial bounty hunters, seeking to recover a Magister's lost property, namely myself. They were trying to lure me into the open. Crude as their methods were, I could not face them alone. Thankfully, Anso chose wisely.
Everything Anso said was a lie, then?
Not everything. Your employer was simply not who you believed.
If you couldn't fight them, why not just run?
There comes a time when you must stop running, when you turn and face the tiger.
That seems like a lot of effort to find one slave.
It is.
Does this have something to do with those markings?
Yes. I imagine I must look strange to you. I did not receive these markings by choice. Even so, they have served me well. Without them, I would still be a slave.
If they were really trying to recapture you, then I'm happy I helped.
I have met few in my travels who have sought anything more than personal gain.
I don't appreciate being lied to. Anso's job did seem a little too easy.
Perhaps the deception was unnecessary. If so, I am sorry. I've become too accustomed to hiding. If I may ask, what was in the chest? The one they kept in the house?
It was empty.
I suppose it was too much to hope for. Even so, I had to know.
You're expecting something else?
I was, but I shouldn't have. It was bait, nothing more.
You didn't need to lie to get my help.
That remains to be seen.
All that for an empty chest?
No, there's more.
I've done what you wanted. The job's over.
Not just yet. It's as I thought. My former master accompanied them to the city. I know you have questions, but I must confront him before he flees. I will need your help.
You lured me into a trap, and now you want my help?
If Anso had told you to divert an ambush of Tevinter bounty hunters, would you have done it?
It should have been my decision.
Had I known of you earlier, I might have asked you personally. I had only Anso to rely on, I fear.
I would have charged more.
My funds are limited, but I will find a way to repay you if you help me now. I swear it.
Good point.
I'm not lying to you now. Please, help me do this.
It sounds like you intend to do more than just talk.
Denarius wants to strip the flesh from my bones, and has sent so many hunters that I've lost count. And before that, he kept me on a leash like a Qunari mage, a personal pet to mock Qunari custom.
Ouch.
So, yes, I intend to do more than just talk.
If it means fighting more slavers, I'll help you.
I will find a way to repay you. I swear it. The Magister is staying at a mansion in Hightown. Meet me there as soon as you can. We must enter before morning.
I'm not going to help you kill someone.
Please. I am not used to asking for help, but I am asking now. Denarius will never stop hunting me. This is my only chance. I cannot do it without you.
This is going to cost you.
I will find a way to repay you. I swear it.
I already gave you my answer.
You did. Here then is your payment. You did as you were asked. May the wind speed your travels, my friend. No one has left the mansion, but I've heard nothing within. Denarius may know we're here. I wouldn't put it past him.
I could stand to know a little more about this Denarius.
He is a Magister of the Tevinter Imperium.
Oh, is that all? Nothing to worry about, then.
There, he is a wealthy mage with great influence. Here, he is but a man who sweats like any other when death comes for him.
He may have prepared some magical defenses.
They will not keep me from him.
What's the worst that could happen?
I do not fear death. That does not mean we should be reckless.
We shouldn't wait any longer, then.
Agreed. Gone. I had hoped... No, it doesn't matter any longer. I assume Denarius left valuables behind. Take them if you wish. I need some air. It never ends. I escaped a land of dark magic, only to have it hunt me at every turn. It is a plague burned into my flesh and my soul. And now I find myself in the company of yet another mage. I saw you casting spells inside. I should have realized sooner what you really were. Tell me then, what manner of mage are you? What is it that you seek?
I'm just trying to get by.
Yet I have seen many crimes done in the name of survival.
If you have a problem with my brother, you have a problem with me.
I don't know. What do you think I seek?
You are skilled. I know that much.
Hawk isn't the only mage around here.
Fame and fortune, like anyone.
I see.
Not all mages are alike, or I'd be the first to act.
I'm not seeking anything.
Yet danger will undoubtedly find you.
We're not all the same, nor are we worthy of your scorn.
You have an issue with mages.
I have an issue with magic and those who are careless with it.
You want me to tell you and spoil all the fun?
You are skilled. I know that much.
You talking about me?
Ah, here it comes.
You can speak to me directly.
I saw you casting spells inside. I should have realized sooner what you really were. You harbor a viper in your midst. It will turn on you and strike when you least expect. That is in its nature.
My sister is stronger than you think.
You tell him, brother.
Some of us may surprise you, Fenris.
Meryl's quite capable of handling herself.
I am? I mean, yes. Of course I am.
You're talking about a Grey Warden and a healer.
And a few other things. But let's not mention those.
I don't remember you objecting too strenuously while we were fighting. My friends are my business, aren't they? I know the danger.
No pressure or anything.
Well, thank you for the vote of confidence.
We all know the danger.
I'm not blind. I know magic has its uses, and there are undoubtedly mages with good intentions. But even the best-intentioned mage can fall prey to temptation. And then, their power is a curse to inflict upon others.
No one's stopping you from moving on, you know.
Considering all the curses inflicted on us, I'd say it's an even trade.
Is that how you feel? It's terrible what those mages did to you.
I imagine I appear ungrateful. If so, I apologize, for nothing could be further from the truth. I did not find Denarius, but I still owe you a debt. Here is all the coin I have, as Anso promised. Should you find yourself in need of assistance, I would gladly render it.
You didn't seem all that thrilled with me a moment ago.
You are not Denarius. Whether you are anything like him remains to be seen.
Are you going to have a problem with my companions?
I will watch them carefully if we travel together. I can promise no more.
Your old master must want something more than just a runaway slave.
He doesn't want me at all, just the markings on my skin. They are lyrium, burned into my flesh to provide the power that Denarius required of his pet. And now, he wishes his precious investment returned, even if he must rip it from my corpse.
Seems like a waste of a perfectly handsome elf. I don't see that going very well for you.
Neither do I.
You aren't afraid I'll sell you out?
Not so far.
Perhaps you can find a way to pay him back.
I will pay him back. In blood. You have no idea what he's done to me. What I went through just to get away.
I was only trying to help you.
That was unworthy of me.
I think I'm beginning to get the picture. How could I? I don't know the first thing about you.
The truth is, I know nothing of the ritual that placed these markings on me. It was Denarius's choice, one he now regrets.
I've seen some of your abilities. Do they come from those markings?
Some. All I know is that even in the Imperium, warriors such as myself are rare. Perhaps they believe I should feel honored.
Do you think your master will keep chasing you?
He is too proud not to. Perhaps one day the hunt will cost him more than he is willing to pay, but I doubt that matters any longer.
You've said Denarius is a Magister, but little else.
In Tevinter, the Magisters hold all the power. Over the Chantry, over the Imperial Court, over life itself. It is nothing for one to own a slave. Denarius had many, but none he valued so much as me.
Then how did you get away?
Is it not enough that I did? I carved my path to freedom in blood. I left that life behind, yet his bounty hunters follow me no matter where I go. I will run no longer.
I'm planning an expedition I might need help with.
Fair enough. Should you ever have need of me, I will be here. If Denarius wishes his mansion back, he is free to return and claim it. Beyond that, I am at your disposal.
I think it's time for us to part ways.
As you wish. Benavis Fidari, may the ground rise to meet your feet. Egregio Pavali. There are 6 bottles in the cellar. Denarius used to have me pour it for his guests. My appearance intimidated them, he said, which he enjoyed.
I can't imagine why they would be put off.
You say what's on your mind, I'll give you that.
You were his servant as well as his bodyguard.
I was his slave. I propped up the furniture when he was so inclined.
So they were frightened of you?
None of his guests were like you.
Nothing like a bit of fear with your wine.
That's what Denarius used to say. It's good I can still take pleasure in the small things.
You've had a difficult life.
I'd rather not speak more of it.
Are you certain? I'm willing to listen.
To my whining? Very charitable of you.
Is getting back at your master all that matters to you?
There are days when it feels that way.
You could have offered me a glass first, you know.
There's more, if you're really interested.
Perish the thought. How else would you redecorate the walls?
I've wanted to leave my past behind me, but it won't stay there. Tell me, have you never wanted to return to Ferelden?
I have no home left to return to.
The Blight is over. You could rebuild what you lost. Do you truly not want to?
I have to admit, it's an attractive idea.
But not now. I understand.
I'm glad to be out of Ferelden.
And that's it. You leave it behind so easily.
We fled the Blight and did what we could. Would you have done differently?
No. That is in fact exactly what I have done. I apologize. Your life is your own. It simply sounds very familiar.
I grew up in Ferelden. It will always be my home.
The Blight is over. You could rebuild what you lost. Do you truly not want to?
My mother came from Kirkwall. Our heritage is here.
Having a place where you can put down roots. I understand.
I've started a life here.
And that's it. You leave it behind so easily.
I lost my brother to the Blight.
And now he no longer matters to you?
You survive, and you move on. What else do you want?
Something different. So should you. Still, to have the option must be gratifying.
Do you intend to keep living here?
I haven't decided. For now, it's as good as any other place. I would return to Saharan if I could, but there is no life for me there.
Is that where you're from?
So I've been told.
Were you very young when you left then?
Perhaps.
You could track your former master down, I assume?
I imagine he has returned to Minrathous. though I dare not go near the city while he is alive. No, it is better to wait for him to leave his fortress, fight from a fortified position. I do not expect your help when that day comes, but I would not turn it aside.
You've been on the run a long time then.
3 years now. Denarius has a way of finding me. Perhaps it is the markings. Whatever the means, it never takes him long to follow. This is the first time I've given him reason to pause. I suppose there are advantages in numbers.
Haven't you sought help before?
Hirelings when I could steal the coin. Never anyone of substance. Until you. Denarius will not give up, however. I await his return.
What if he does give up? What then?
Then I go to him. I will not live with a wolf at my back.
Sounds like the right idea to me.
If it comes to that, I doubt it will.
You won't let sleeping dogs lie?
No. I am no fool.
If you're looking to start a life, you could stay.
I could see myself staying, for the right reasons.
Maybe it's just me, but it sounds like you want to stick around. Sounds like a tough situation.
I'm not made of glass.
You know, you could stop dwelling on the past.
I could.
Are you finished complaining yet?
I am now.
Don't you have anything positive to say?
The wine was tasty. I should thank you again for helping me against the hunters. Had I known Anso would find me a man so capable, I might have asked him to look sooner.
Maybe I should be thanking Anso.
Maybe you should. Perhaps I'll practice my flattery for your next visit. With any luck, I'll become better at it.
Let's keep this friendly, shall we?
Of course. I meant nothing by it.
It turned out well enough.
It did at that. I will not keep you longer. Another time, perhaps.